Why doesn't anyone live in Montana? Well, first things first. It's not entirely accurate to say that nobody lives in Montana. Plenty of people do, and many are drawn to the state's natural beauty, outdoor recreation opportunities, and slower pace of life. And when I say slow, I mean really slow. If New York City's lifestyle is like a jet fighter, Montana's is like your grandma in a walker with bunions on a cobblestone road. Montana is located in the western United States and is known for its stunning natural beauty, vast wilderness, and rugged terrain. Despite its breathtaking landscapes, Montana has one of the lowest populations in the country, with just over 1 million residents. That ranks it 43rd out of 50 states in terms of population, and its population density is even lower, 48th with only about 7 people per square mile. So why is that? The reasons range from geographical and economic factors to social and cultural influences. In this video, we'll break down the top 10 reasons why Montana has such a low population. Got it? Good, let's dive in. Number 10. Geographical isolation. This one came up when we did similar videos about Wyoming and Alaska. Montana is far from any major cities. It's not just a city or two away. It's an entire state with no major metropolitan areas nearby. This creates several challenges, one of the biggest being the difficulty of attracting large industries that could provide jobs. While Montana has seen some small tech startups move in, particularly around Billings, there hasn't been a significant boom. And honestly, many Montanans are perfectly fine with that. Montana is like one of those places you just shouldn't mess with. Sort of like national parks, where there are rules against building big hotels or commercializing the land. Montanans want to keep their state pristine, and that's part of its charm. But this isolation also makes it harder for people to access the state and its resources, which can deter potential residents. Number 9. Harsh climate. Montana's weather can be brutal. The state is known for its extreme conditions, with freezing cold winters and scorching hot summers. This harsh climate makes it challenging to live and work there, which can discourage people from settling down. Back in the day, when settlers were moving west, states with rough terrain and extreme weather, like Montana and Wyoming, were often overlooked. People tended to gravitate toward more hospitable areas like Oregon, Washington, California, or even Utah. While that was a long time ago, it slowed Montana's growth and set the stage for its low population today. Number 8. Limited job opportunities. Montana's economy is relatively small, with limited job opportunities outside of industries like forestry, mining, and agriculture. If you're not looking to work in fast food, retail, or as a ranch hand, shower weekly please, your options might be slim. This lack of diverse employment opportunities makes it harder for people to build a career in Montana. Number 7. Limited access to healthcare. Montana is the 4th largest state in the US, but it has few medical facilities, especially in rural areas. This limited access to healthcare can be a major drawback, particularly for older individuals or those with chronic health conditions. Imagine having to drive 5 hours just to sit in a medical machine for an hour. It's not exactly convenient. Montana's healthcare professionals do a great job, but accessibility is a key factor when rating a state's healthcare system. With so much land and so few clinics and hospitals, Montana struggles in this area. Number 6. Lack of diversity. This is a point that often comes up in surveys and sparks a lot of comments. Why does a lack of diversity matter? Well, for one, it affects the cultural and culinary scene. If there's no strong Hispanic community, for example, you're unlikely to find authentic mom-and-pop taco spots. The same goes for other cuisines like pho or Ethiopian food. Additionally, some people prefer to move to places where they'll see others who share their background or culture. Montana's population is predominantly white, with limited racial and cultural diversity, which can make it less appealing to some. Number 5. Rural lifestyle. Montana is overwhelmingly rural, with small towns and isolated communities scattered across the state. While this can be appealing to some, it also means limited access to resources and services that urban dwellers might take for granted. Montana does have a few cities, but they're not exactly bustling metropolises. Billings, the largest city, has around 115,000 residents, followed by Missoula with less than 75,000, Great Falls with about 60,000, and Bozeman with just over 50,000. To put that in perspective, Los Angeles has a population of nearly 4 million, with a metro area closer to 13 million. Montana's small-town vibe is charming, but it's not for everyone. Number 4. Limited entertainment and cultural venues. Big cities come with their downsides, but they also offer a lot of perks: concerts, museums, theaters, and more. Montana doesn't have much of that, simply because of its small population. If you're someone who enjoys cultural activities or nightlife, Montana might not be the place for you. That said, Montanans are proud of their state and often argue that they don't need all the glitz and glamour. But for many, the lack of entertainment options is a deal breaker. Number 3. High cost of living. Montana's cost of living is relatively high compared to other states in the region. While it's cheaper than coastal states like California or New York, it's not as affordable as places like Mississippi or Arkansas. One bright spot? If you're buying property, you'll often get a larger lot. Think an acre or more. But overall, the high cost of living can be a deterrent, especially for those with lower incomes. Number 2. Limited educational opportunities. Montana doesn't have many large universities, which limits access to higher education. This can make the state less attractive to young people looking to advance their careers or pursue degrees. Universities also play a big role in population growth. Many students end up staying in the state where they attend college, but Montana's limited options mean it misses out on that potential growth. Number 1. Public perception. Finally, Montana has a reputation for being sparsely populated, isolated, and, well, kind of empty. While some people love that about states like Montana, Wyoming, or Alaska, others prefer to be near cities and more populated areas. This perception can make Montana less appealing to potential residents. So there are many reasons why Montana has such a low population. From geographical and economic factors to social and cultural influences, it's a state that's not for everyone. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. Montana's untouched beauty and slower pace of life are exactly what make it special for those who call it home. So whether you're drawn to its rugged landscapes or prefer the hustle and bustle of city life, Montana remains a unique and fascinating place. Thanks for watching.